For years now, we have used more and more paper than necessary, taking for granted the many trees that lose their lives daily for our office to be fully stocked with paper. While most of us do not work in offices yet, eventually we will end up working in offices for the most part, and will need to be vigilant about the amount of paper used and saved. As someone who has had an internship in an office space all summer, I daily see the amount of consumption of paper used in offices. Personally, I was shocked by the lack of concern over how much paper is being used, as well as the lack of rules pertaining to the usage of paper. Companies should monitor and establish rules about the usage of paper in order to provide a more sustainable future. We can now look at the different ways that not only businesses but also the employees can save paper. And paper should be seen as more of a hot commodity than it currently is. Companies can recycle the paper that they use and reuse it, saving them money on paper and also making them appear much more concerned about the environment. Not only does this help the image of a company, but also it helps them financially with lower cost of waste removal. In today's market, many consumers believe that a company who shows interest in sustainability has more of an appeal, and they would be spending less of the cost on removing waste from their facilities by recycling. Many states actually offer tax credits to companies that recycle more. This creates an incentive for companies to start recycling more paper waste. Yet again, this provides consumers with a better image of the company and shows them how they too care about the planet. The lack of recycling is actually hurting manufacturing jobs. In Indiana currently, they are throwing away 3 billion tons of containers that could still be used. This provides a negative connotation as well as a very wasteful one. These companies could be saving tons of money by reusing these containers, but they rather choose to waste the money and throw them away. Many states have actually increased prices for recycling containers. While this creates an incentive for most companies not to use recycling, it also shows the consumers which companies actually care about recycling and are willing to pay more in order to recycle. Companies still end up saving money by recycling due to the lack of spending on paper waste. If a company were to establish a quota for the amount of paper used, this could lead to much more success for the companies financially. Employees would feel more compelled to be aware of the amount of paper they are using. They would do so because of the rules pertaining to the paper waste and the fear of violating the policy of their employers. Not only this, but in exchange, it would become something that the average employee thinks about more, rather than just seeing paper as something that does not matter. This awareness of extra paper costs would help companies save money by eliminating some of the costs associated with paper consumption. They would have to spend less on shredding machines as well as saving time that could be used doing more productive office activities. Paper would become something used when needed and not at will. So today we went over different reasons a company should recycle and the different ways that they can become more effective in saving paper. Companies should establish regulations to provide more sustainability in order for the youth who will one day take over the office spaces to be put into a better environmental situation. The issue of using too much paper is a problem that we need to fix. Many rainforests are being cut down to acclimate to the problem that we are associated with now. This problem can only be solved through the youth of America learning why paper usage is so important and why recycling is something that needs to be implemented into our offices every day.